Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Thank you for tuning in today to this life-changing podcast. Please, first, subscribe to my channel. Today, I want to talk about something so close to my heart. Force yourself to work when you do not feel like it. Discipline is the foundation that separates those who achieve their goals from those who falter in the face of adversity. It is not the fleeting spark of motivation that carries you across the finish line, but the steady, unwavering commitment to show up every day and do the work, no matter how you feel. Motivation can be a powerful force, but it is unreliable. It comes and goes in waves, often at the most inconvenient times, leaving you to struggle on days when the energy or desire to perform is nowhere to be found. When motivation fades, it is easy to fall into the trap of thinking that your success depends on waiting for the right moment or hoping that one day you'll feel inspired to work. But that moment may never come. Success does not wait for you to feel ready, and the world does not pause while you wait for the ideal conditions to appear. The reality is that the most successful people in the world do not wait for motivation to arrive. They rely on discipline to push them forward when their drive has disappeared. Discipline means doing the things you need to do even when you don't want to do them. It's about making the decision to continue the process regardless of the emotional hurdles or the external distractions that may attempt to derail you. This requires a mindset shift, one that focuses not on how you feel in the moment, but on the long-term vision and commitment to your goals. Your feelings are temporary, but the habits you create through disciplined action will carry you forward, even when your motivation is absent. When you cultivate discipline, you build a structure for your life. You create a routine that helps you keep your momentum, even on days when it feels like pushing through is too difficult. This is where true progress happens, when you work even when you don't feel like it. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or the right emotional state to perform. It's about deciding to take action regardless of the circumstances or your current mindset. Every time you force yourself to take that first step, even when you'd rather quit, you reinforce your discipline and make progress toward your ultimate goals. You've probably noticed how motivation often arrives in bursts, only to quickly disappear again, leaving you feeling frustrated and stuck. It's important to recognize that motivation is not the key to long-term success. Instead, it's the consistent application of discipline that creates momentum. When you don't feel like doing the work, that's the moment that matters most. It's in those moments that discipline takes over and you force yourself to keep going even when every ounce of you wants to stop. The beauty of discipline is that it becomes a habit over time. The more you practice showing up when you don't feel like it, the easier it becomes to do so in the future. Eventually, the act of pushing through becomes second nature. It no longer feels like a battle, because you've trained your mind and body to work regardless of how you feel. And this consistency is what creates results. Results are built on small, daily actions, and it's discipline that ensures you'll take those actions even when your motivation is nowhere to be found. Building discipline is not easy, but it is necessary. It requires sacrifice and dedication, and it often means choosing the difficult path over the easy one. But when you embrace discipline, you are choosing the path that leads to growth, success, and fulfillment. You are choosing to invest in yourself and in your future, even when the rewards aren't immediately visible. Every time you force yourself to work when you don't feel like it, you build your resilience, strengthen your resolve, and move closer to your goals. To yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. You break down the walls of self-imposed limitations and begin to realize your true potential. In those difficult moments when you don't want to work, when you feel like you can't take another step, remember that this is where growth happens. This is where the real transformation occurs. Embrace the discomfort, because it's in that very discomfort that you will find your strength, your resilience, and your capacity to keep going even when it feels impossible. Growth is never easy, but it is always worth it. It's in the moments of struggle that you become the person you are meant to be. Success is not a random event that occurs once in a while. It is the result of consistent, relentless action. People often look at successful individuals and think that their achievements were the result of one big break or a burst of inspiration. But the truth is, success is built on small, daily actions, taken even when it feels like nothing is working, even when motivation is absent, and even when the journey feels exhausting. It is not about waiting for a stroke of luck or an ideal moment. Success comes from showing up day after day, doing the work, regardless of how you feel. There will be countless days when you don't feel like working. You may feel tired, unmotivated, or overwhelmed by everything that's on your plate. It's easy in those moments to justify putting things off, to convince yourself that you deserve a break or that you can start again tomorrow. But success doesn't wait for tomorrow. Every time you delay, you lose valuable time that could have been spent making progress toward your goals. The people who achieve extraordinary things don't wait for the perfect moment or the right set of circumstances. They do the work day in and day out because they understand that success is built on consistent action, not inspiration or luck. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is their ability to push through the hard times, to take action even when it feels impossible. When you don't feel like working, that's when you need to push the hardest. That's when you need to make the decision to keep going, to force yourself to take that next step, even when every part of you is telling you to stop. The more you commit to doing the work, despite your lack of motivation, the more you will see progress. And even if the progress is small, it's still progress. The key is that you are taking action, even if it's one step at a time, every single day. When you rely on motivation to get things done, you are at the mercy of your feeling. Motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. Some days you'll feel inspired and driven, while other days you'll feel like you can't even muster the energy to begin. But the people who succeed are not waiting for motivation to show up. They rely on something far more powerful: consistency. Consistency is the force that keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. It's the commitment to doing the work, whether you feel like it or not. It's the understanding that the results you want will not come from sporadic bursts of effort, but from showing up every day and doing what needs to be done. Success is not glamorous. It's not the result of big, dramatic moments. Instead, it's the result of countless small decisions made over time. It's the decision to show up when you don't feel like it, to do the work when every fiber of your being wants to quit. It's these small, seemingly insignificant actions that compound over time, leading to the results you desire. Success is built on the consistency of those actions, and over time, the momentum you create by consistently doing the work, regardless of how you feel, will carry you to greater heights. The most successful individuals in any field are not the ones who are always motivated. They are the ones who have built a habit of showing up, no matter what. They have learned that the key to success is not in waiting for the perfect moment, but in making the decision to take action every single day. The small steps they take, even on the hardest days, add up over time to produce results that others only dream of. And that is the power of relentless action. It is the power of showing up, doing the work, and trusting that every step forward, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your goal. By choosing to act when you don't feel like it, you're not just building your success, you're building your character. Every time you push through the resistance, you strengthen your ability to persevere and to stay committed to your long-term vision. Success is not just about the destination, it's about the person you become along the way. The more you commit to consistent action, even when it's hard, the more you become the person who can achieve anything. In the end, success is not determined by moments of fleeting inspiration or bursts of motivation. It is built through consistent, relentless action. It is about showing up even when you don't feel like it, pushing through discomfort, and embracing the challenges that come with growth. The most powerful results come not from waiting for the right time or perfect conditions, but from making the conscious decision to keep going day in and day out. When you rely on discipline, commit to discomfort, and trust in the power of consistent effort, you lay the foundation for success. The road may be tough, but every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. And over time, that relentless pursuit will transform you into someone capable of achieving greatness.